2008.
Yesterday I was out on the road and I discovered a truck driving in front of me from the United States of America with a license plate called Disarm. Amazing. About 15 minutes later I went up to a place where many people go to see the medics, and there I see another truck and a license plate Disarm. And I was so surprised because first I saw this beautiful red truck from the United States with its plate Disarm, and then here in Canada I see a gorgeous blue truck saying Disarm. And it got me thinking. It got me thinking on how we Canadians need to wake up. And I mean, every country maybe upon the globe needs to work and stand up and open its eyes and say, hey, wait a minute. We have there this whiner, John McCain in the United States, recycling his war story. And then he has to impress everybody with this war story and how capable he is going to be. As there is another war, when a child sleeps at night and there's a tank coming, who are you going to wake up? Which president did you choose? Well, I think that as a Canadian and having loads and loads and loads of members and friends in the United States, I should speak up. We no longer need the whining of what happened to John McCain and how he was going to go and fix when there is another war called in the news. And at the same time, right now, the powers that be, the Bushy folks, and of course the other peso, the Czar in Russia, they are playing back and forward the game to help him to be elected. Well, I am a survivor of World War II. I have seen all the atrocities. I have experienced what it is. Never mind John McCain. He didn't lose his little brothers and sisters. He didn't lose his mother, his grandfather, his aunts and his uncles. He didn't watch how the neighbors were bombed and shot to smithereens. He didn't see the so-good called soldiers come in the house after the German soldiers had stripped most whatever they could, drag away out of the house on bicycles, on wheelbarrows, and whatever they could take or use to take whatever they stole out of the house. And then there came the other good soldiers everybody thought they could trust. Never mind, they also didn't pull their nose, and these were Canadian soldiers, to pull the family pets out of the house because they were so cute, the dogs. And people quickly in the town whistled and said, oh, they cooked them, they ate them for meat because there was no meat in the town. I pray that was not true. But then the American soldiers that came and asked everybody what was there that they could have. But then there were good American soldiers, very good ones, very sweet ones, where the people were cold and miserable, and they brought them Hudson Bay Canadian blankets. Imagine that. That so many years later, I come in this country and I see the beautiful Hudson Bay blankets. Of course, Hudson Bay has long disappeared, sadly enough. But then at the same time it makes one think what is taking place in the United States in Denver at election time. Shock of shock of shock and surprise to some. First Nations, the first time in the history of the United States of America, are in Denver and have delegates there. Well, I'm also calling you to not be too sad, because I think Mrs. Clinton will be taken care of. And wouldn't it be a game, as a big game is being played right now by John McCain? And oh yeah, who is that guy, the Mormon out there, dancing up and down, grandstanding? You know, it needs to stop. The ripping and the shredding and the tearing of one another down. Any politician that needs to tear another politician to shreds, you shouldn't elect. Because basically they're hollow. We need to go to the spiritual end. We need to go to that place where we say, no war, disarm, have peace, bring all the boys and girls back from these places, and help these people where you have invoked these wars to rebuild.